it's Hilary. I'm here in my studio in Los Angeles. It's Wednesday, time for some teacher space, and I'm excited about the one we're going to chat about today because it is Tiger Stretches, or as some call knee stretches. So the round, the arched, knees off, which we will talk about because that one is one that I was told a certain thing, and then it's like, no, wait, and it was life-changing for me in my own practice. So anyway, this one came up because of one of the girls going through my teacher training program, is in her assisted teaching hours, and was trying to cue this for her client, and just was struggling with it, as I think every single teacher at some point, no matter how long we've been teaching, this one can be like stomach massage. There's just so much to look at and assess on the client, much less trying to get them into what we think is that perfect position, which it's like your ball, right? There's so many different balls. Anyway, that just, Delia, I need to like make her watch this because she'll get that. Anyway, I have 2 springs on. It's early. And we're gonna go through them. So for knee stretches, Tiger Stretches, you've got the round, the arched, and the flat, right? Or the knees off. And I was going into stomach massage. I told you, it's early. Anyway, so rewind. This is kind of, it's really the round is really your elephant. So we're back to our elephant. Then we're going back into our down stretch a bit, and then into kind of that knees off and actually the whole knee stretch. And he called it knee stretch because that's actually the only one where the knees actually do stretch out and lengthen. So that's a struggle there for me. But the struggle for this teacher was setting this up and getting the client and connecting to it. So this is one of those moments where you have to kind of figure out the connections for that client in terms of other exercises. Because if you think about these, they're towards the end of the reformer. You've gone through probably a lot of mat and reformer, or maybe, and you've taken them other places and done things. So here we go. So the way I like to cue this for a client is obviously their feet are up against that shoulder rest, like really pressing into the shoulder rest, as much of their foot as possible, and then just place their hands on. So they're just in this position. And then from there, I like to cue the elephant, and I'm going to say, okay, we're pretty much doing our elephant on our knees. That's all it is. And it's really about their arms. I want them to understand the arms are really engaged, that back arm connection, right? So they're here, and I just tell them, so they usually are right here, right? And then it's really hard to kind of cue them to sit back over their heels, and that gets lost. So by cueing into those arms and really connecting there, they're gonna kind of keep where they are. And so I just tell them to think of their elephant. And if you look at where their arm position goes, it is like their elephant. So they're just going to say, just look towards your knees, right, push that foot bar away. Keep looking towards your knees, push that foot bar away, keep pushing that foot bar away. And then usually they're there. If they're still kind of like this, I'll say, ooh, take your tail towards your head. So there we go. So they're as rounded as they're gonna be, right? And then from there, I want them to maintain and feel like they're really in that, and I cue it an elephant, that handstand feeling, right? That's what we want. So they're in that handstand, and they're gonna take those feet, keep that handstand, keep that elephant, and just push back where you can, maintaining that elephant, and then pull that carriage all the way back in. So it's an inhale out, and exhale, pull it back in. And just keep firing into those arms. Keep that handstand feeling. So that's kind of what I'm cueing as they go through that rounded one, right? And then if you just think, they kind of start doing this, well then they've lost those arms, right? They're not firing anymore because they're kind of out of it. So that cueing of the arms really gets them to kind of get in that position you want. So they're here, and then you go into the arched. And you can just say things like, let's just pull your head through your arms, open up into that chest expansion, which they already did chest expansion, hopefully, in some way, shape, or form. And then just keeping the arms, again, pushing into that bar. Keep those arms firing and just push back where you can, maintaining that, and pull all the way back in. And they're inhaling. And the first two were relatively slow, right? Not a lot of momentum with it, and pull, pull, pull till the knees off. So with knees off, or knee stretch. So we did round, arched, we're into knee stretch. This is the only one where the knees actually stretch out. So each one, the round, the arched, the pelvis can change a little, but we're just maintaining that upper, right? So now we're going into the knees off, which you have to think about that person, right? So some people, me included, having my knees very close to the carriage is not a happy place because I have knee issues. I was told by someone, then you can't do it. I was like, but I could go a little higher and do it. No, you can't do it unless you're here. Which, why? If I can find that shape, or that client can find and maintain that shape, does it really matter how close they are? To me, no. To me, it's like I've got the purpose, they've got the feeling, so they're okay. So let's just say they went into there they are. Now we've got to get them back in that position, right? The first one. So it's right back to that same cue of the arms, that same cue of the push of the arms, right? So they're here, and then you've got to get them back there. So it's like, okay, we're going to go back to our round. Look towards your knees, push that foot bar away, keep looking towards your knees, keep pushing the foot bar, keep pushing until you find, and if you need to cue that tail going under, great. So now here they are. So for me, I need to lift a little higher, and I'll try to stay as rounded as I can, but I have knee issues. So for me, it's not happy to be down, and for some people it might, but we've got to find that center too, and this is the only one where their knees are going to stretch out. So we need them to maintain this, right? So they're going to push into those arms. They're going to then see if they can lift that elephant feeling and lift off. I'm going to come to about here and press all the way out and pull all the way back in and push all the way out. Now these can be quicker. Keep looking towards your knees. Keep pushing that foot bar away. Woo. And then carefully come back down. So it's okay if they're up high, as long as you can get them to find that position for them, to find that up center feeling of that elephant. So for the knee stretches, or tiger stretches as we call them, that whole finding that perfect ball with the heels being wherever, just really think maybe cueing into those arms for that, because it really is about the arms and the back connection and that whole pulling and centering of our elephant again, just on our knees. So I love these, and I totally understand where my student was coming from, because this is kind of like stomach massage, where you kind of think it has to be in this perfect position, and it really doesn't. It's that position for that body, for that individual, right? And you've kind of seen their movement, because the tiger stretches are towards the end. So you've seen their ball, you've seen their swan, you've seen their extension, and you've seen kind of how they handled elephant or upstretch or any of those things, pulling up their center. So you kind of have an idea, and then you can take it from there and just kind of really cue into what you need there. So I hope that helps my lovely student. And she was happy to have me share this with everyone. So hopefully try the tiger stretches or knee stretches and see what you think. So that's it. I had fun. So if you have any requests, let me know. I'll do it again next week. And I will chat with you guys later. DM me if you need anything. I'm here. I've had a lot of coffee, as if you can't tell. So enjoy your day. Bye. Hi, Amy. I see you. Bye, guys.